You guys say, like, and I get it, like, a lot of leftist men aren't, reliable sources. I get that part.
I don't know what you heard. I'm trying to meet you where you're at with some sort of understanding. I'm trying to understand where you were.
I'm trying to remember, like, honestly, like, I remember it, like, was really, like, messing with me, like, making me emotional at that time. But I'm telling you, there's been so much going on with friggin' politics in our lives, I can't remember everything. But it was the gist of it was Jones was very much hurt because you guys apparently were friends, you guys were close, and then it was like a backstabbing situation, and he said nobody's ever there for him, and something about he went into somebody's live, or something about a live y'all were talking in or something, and nobody came up to defend him. He said nobody's ever there for him, and something about he went into somebody's live, or something about a live y'all were talking in or something, and nobody came up to defend him. And he just absolutely broke down. So
you made an uninformed comment.
Nobody came up to defend him. Yep, I made an uninformed comment. Based on emotion.
So I was talking about how I was being sexually harassed by a creator on the app like a year ago.
You guys can hear this clearly now, right?
January of 2024. Jones came in, derailed my live, dismissed the sexual harassment. I tried to speak to him about it. He was dismissive. I was still upset by it, and I was noticing a pattern of concerning behavior, especially manipulative behavior, so I decided to talk about my experience. He came into the live, told me I was a liar, chasing clout on the last day. I was a fraud. I was on some clown shit. Went on his own live, talked about it. Went on another live, talked about it. So I talked about his behavior again the following day. His ex-partner joined my panel, and this is, I run a survivor space. I'm not going to silence anybody. If you say you have a story to tell, you can tell it. Did it hurt him? Probably. Do I know their history? Absolutely the fuck not. But if she's going to come up here and say that she's been abused and she wants to share her story about it, why the fuck would I silence a woman? That's not my place. He could unpack the lies later. So he crashed out in another live after that, said that I deserved to be sexually harassed, essentially, by saying that I made sexual innuendo toward the person that was sexually harassing me. And then the person that was sexually harassing me made innuendo back, basically saying I asked for it. And then he went on his live and cried and crashed out and talked about how nobody was defending him and how everybody's out to get him and making him a martyr or whatever the fuck. And you left this comment about me. That's all the context, basically. The very abridged version. There's a 6.5 hour video where we unpack it all because he was talking about me for 4.5 hours on Thursday, if he'll want to unpack it. Personally, I think it's really weird for a 40-something-year-old man to talk.
Can any of you here go over to Max Live and tell them to join over here? Because I'm posting it, but people aren't seeing it. Can people just pop over to her live and tell them to come over here to avoid the lag?
Yeah, just comment. I already told you I'm sorry about it. I mean, I did it in an emotional way, but I am sorry that I made it.
Jezebel, can you explain why did you make it? Jezebel, why did you make it?
I am an asshole.
Jezebel, why did you make it?
Just an emotional moment.
No. Hang on. Jezebel, respectfully. Yes. I'm not asking about emotions, right? But in that comment, you're suggesting that women lie about SA. You're also you're comparing Brussels to a white woman. And you're calling Brussels what?
I did not know who Brussels was. I did not know she was a black woman. I did hear them mention something about a white woman. Like, I don't know who they were talking about. I guess they were talking about two separate people, but they were mentioning something about a white woman. And so I did assume Brussels was a white woman.
Do you know why they did that?
No.
Because they know that it's more acceptable for you to shit on a white woman than on a black woman. So they tried to erase her race so that women like you would support him. Because it would look bad for you to shit upon a black woman, but you had no problem shitting upon a white woman and claiming that she's making false sexual allegations.
Well, I do have a problem with shitting on white women.
Well, you didn't in that comment.
Yeah, I know I didn't. Because
so what was your emotion?
I'm just thinking historically.
What was your emotion exactly?
Historically what?
Like historically, like if you're going back to like the 50s and stuff. Like I was thinking along those lines when I made that comment.
So did you know back in the day that when women were raped, and like they in court they felt like they didn't fight back hard enough, they let their rapists walk free, like even white women?
Yeah. Or what? Wait, what?
You're comparing me to like Carolyn Bryant in this comment, I assume, but I'm just trying to inform you that there is zero context on this earth where a comment like this is okay. Especially knowing how many women are impacted by SA. You likely, like 1 out of 3 chance, make this comment about someone who is an SA survivor. Especially knowing the spaces that you operate in.
Yeah, I've been great too. I've been SA by 3 times.
Why the fuck would you ever make a comment like this?
Yeah, like why would you even find this acceptable even if Brussels was white? Radical.
Just because it was an emotional moment. Like I can't
Whose emotions? Who's Jezebel? Why were you Jezebel? Please let me finish my question. Jezebel, let me just finish my question.
Yep.
What emotions? You were not part of the conversation. You were not being attacked. You were not being denigrated. So what emotions were you feeling? And why did those emotions lead you to say what I would say is an anti-woman statement suggesting that women lie about SA? So explain to me, what were the emotions you were feeling, why you felt those emotions, and why did those emotions cause you to say something that is really harmful to women? That's what I'm not understanding.
Anger and sadness were the emotions.
Okay, what anger and sadness and for who?
Anger and sadness for Jones, who I was hearing had like 3 different lives held about him.
Okay, why would that cause you?
Leaving, I don't know.
Why would that make you angry? Why would that make you feel angry and sad that a man who has 250,000 followers and makes his living on TikTok, why would it make you feel angry and sad and, let's get to it, protective?
Probably because of internalized misogyny, I know.
Or could it also have been due to manipulation? Could it also have been due to manipulation?
Yeah, I mean, it could have, yeah. It definitely could have.
Because can you answer the question, why would you feel sorry for a man who's got 250,000 followers having someone have a live made about him? Why would you feel sorry or mad about that?
I don't think it's not about like having the live exactly. It was just the way it was being presented. Like it was just nonstop harassment.
There were 2 lives.
Yeah.
I want to walk through this timeline with you again because...
No, I mean, I understand it. I'm just telling you.
He's lied to you.
Yeah. He's not lying directly to me. Like, I'm just saying, like, what he was saying on that live. So now that
he lied on the live and you were impacted by it, and it led you to make this comment, therefore he lied to you and you were manipulated, or you're a shitty person. Like, those are your 2 options in this situation. And I'm not a dichotomous thinker at all, but
I get it. I'm just saying, like, what I'm trying to express is that, yes, in that live, he lied to me. I guess I'm just saying that with, like, everything, me having your side now and knowing, like, both sides of the story, I can see it a little bit clearer. And, yeah, it's fucked up. But the way it was being presented,
okay,
it really looked like, I mean, I don't know, man. It really fucked with my head because it looked like I don't know. To me...
What? Wait, hang on, Jezebel.
He never said he was going to, like, end his life or anything like that. Don't get me wrong. But just the way how upset he was and shit, that's the friggin' thoughts that were going through my head was, oh man, I don't want to see him like end himself. That was exactly what I was thinking. Like,
okay, stop. What did you hear him tell you that you thought was going to lead him to end himself?
That he had no one to defend him. And
okay, now stop. Jezebel, stop.
Okay.
There were 2,000 people in that live, correct?
Yeah.
Were there any negative comments against Jones, or was everyone in that supporting him? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, next question for you is, was everyone on the panel not supporting him?
Yeah, I mean...
So I'm going to ask you this, Jezebel, and I'm trying not to be rude, but are you so feeble-minded that you saw a man with 250,000 followers, a panel full of supporters, and 2,000 people supporting him in the comments, Are you so feeble-minded or easily manipulated that your takeaway was that poor man has no support? Do you recognize how just the cognitive dissonance you have to believe that the poor man with 250,000 of followers, a panel of supporters, and 2,000 people in the comments is being abused by a woman who has less than 5,000 followers?
I mean, yeah, I guess, but I just don't think followers, like, there's a difference between followers and friends. That's how my brain looks at that situation. I get what you're saying, absolutely, but in my head, I was thinking like true friends versus follower count doesn't really matter. That can go away at any moment.
Okay, fuck the follower count. As you admitted, there was a whole panel of supporters and 2,000 people supporting him. I didn't see a single comment supporting Brussels, not one. I didn't see a single panelist supporting Brussels. So forgetting about followers, do you not realize that you were manipulated?
Yeah. Now that you guys are like telling me like all of this, yeah, I get it.
All right, well, can I ask, even if you're feeling angry, by the way, I'm not sure if people can see this, but can all the people in the comments please start typing, go to Irish and NYC for no lags or glitches, because I don't think my comments are coming up. Everyone in the comments, just simply say, go to Irish and NYC if you want to avoid lags or glitches. And so can I ask you, even though you got angry and sad for a man who did not require you to get angry and sad, can I ask you why you then engaged in perpetuating grape culture by perpetuating this idea that women lie?
I didn't see it as perpetuating grape culture.
Okay, what about now? Do you see it?
I mean, now that I'm like actually like hearing it from you guys, I get it. But damn, I just didn't see it like that.
Brussels, I don't want to
I don't
talk
know.
over you. Did you want to say anything else?
I just think that personally, if I was ever in a space that made me say some shit like this, I would reconsider my involvement with that group in general. But
I mean, yeah.
you were manipulated into saying something very anti-woman. We all make mistakes, I guess. This one was just kind of.
So for you, those of you who are just joining, I am restreaming Mac's live right now. Mac is live with a woman named Jezebel, and Jezebel said the following about Brussels. Brussels sounds like the kind of woman who would have cried essay in the 1950s, be so for real. And Brussels is confronting Jezebel right now, but due to streaming and lagging issues, I'm restreaming on this live. If someone could do me a favor and take a screenshot of their screenshot and send it to me, I'll say it again. If someone can take a screenshot of their live and send it to me, I'd appreciate it. And I'll use that as my backdrop.
Personally, with a rapist in office, I just feel like supporting women is also very important. I get where you're at, but at the same time, I don't really think it's reasonable. I think you were manipulated, and the person that you were listening to is a really.
Oh, I don't deny that. I don't deny that.
And it's okay to admit that you were manipulated, but like obfuscating to something else is kind of weird. Just, I don't know. You were angry. Someone incited that rage in you. You attacked the first person you thought fit. I think this comment honestly goes to show you how much I was the topic of conversation.
I mean,
for whatever fucking reason.
You were like 100%.
I would just say, like, it's better just kind of, it was kind of sad to see, considering like what I was trying to achieve, which was to like empower women to make more informed choices about the spaces that they're in, so they can determine like who they support and how they support them, like whether or not you want to support that creator specifically, which I don't see anything wrong with, because I was never here to like judge or shame anyone that made the decision to support them. But what I received in return was a lot of shame and judgment from that creator's followers. And I think that maybe had you been more objective, that information would have been beneficial to you. And that's all I'll say, because I don't want to like harp on it. I don't think it's going anywhere anymore.
Well, I do apologize. I know it sounds like, you know, I'm a fucking bitch for that. I know I am, and I'm sorry. And you guys have actually made me really think about not going back in there at all, because holy shit.
Jezebel, can I,
If I would have known all this.
Jezebel, if I can, I don't know if I'm speaking out of turn because I don't know you, but looking at the comment and dealing with these kind of things for 2.5 years or so, I'm just going to make a suggestion that in my opinion, the type of woman who would make a comment like this is a woman who has been hurt and abused by men and who have developed a perverse belief that men are also her protectors and saviors, and that you probably invest very heavily in who you perceive to be the good men, and that in doing so, you are actually being harmful. And I don't need you to respond to it. If you want to, feel free. But I suspect that you may be over-validating certain men due to the fact that you have been invalidated and harmed by other men. And I would just suggest you reflect on whether or not that may be true, and perhaps consider changing behaviors moving forward. Because again, the type of comment you made, I don't think any people who listen to me would ever make a comment like that, because they would know that it would be hurtful to women. And I think they know not to just automatically believe a dude, but you had no problems doing it. And I would just suggest you reflect for your own sake on why you may have done that, because ultimately it's not about what you just did to Brussels, which was bad. But I suspect you're probably harming yourself by reattaching yourself to harmful and abusive men, because you want so badly to believe that some men are good.
I won't deny you're probably right on that. I mean, really, yeah. I'm working through it with, my psychologist, because, I do know, like I've said in videos of mine before, I know that I have a lot of internalized misogyny and shit that I need to work through myself. And I've been working through it. And there's no way in hell that I have worked through it all, because there's a lot to work through. And I won't get into it because I don't want to trauma dump, but holy shit. I won't deny you're probably right about that. Which is probably why when it comes to political creators, I listen to mainly men. You're probably right about that.
And just be super clear, I'm not looking to be told I'm right. I'm just sharing it with you so that in the future, it can be something you really look out for. That's all. Like, there are some amazing feminist creators out there. Kenzie, Not Ken, Alina. There's lots of women out there who are equally able to talk on this shit, but they're also not going to be selling you the false idea that men are safe and or should be believed and or propped up and or need to be coddled. I don't think I've ever seen Not Ken or Brussels or Kenzie or Alina. I've never seen any of those four women or Belle go on a live and say, I might be schmuicidal because someone said had tree lives about me. I've never seen them do that because they've not had to engage in emotional manipulation like that to make themselves look as though they're the victims.
All right. But I do just want to say, like, he didn't actually say that. I'm just saying that's...
No, he was crying.
Yeah.
He cried. He was crying and saying, I'm always being victimized. Then he ranted and raved about somehow Brussels speaking out about how she was harmed, somehow endangered his children and family, which was a ludicrous statement. It was being used as a tool to silence Brussels from speaking out by putting the bad acts of other people on her. And he was making it sound like he is being traumatized, hurt, harmed, driven to the edge by Brussels. He was catastrophizing. And you all bought it, which, whatever. I'm not attacking you on that anymore because you see it now. But all I'm saying is I don't see female feminist creators. I don't see them do that. They get death threats, grape threats, disgusting things all the time. They don't go on their lives and cry about it.
Yeah.
You know who do? In my opinion, fake feminist men. Because they want to look like they are your martyr. They want to look like they are your savior. They're doing it for their ego. They're not doing it because they give two shits.
God damn. Yeah, you're right. Holy shit. I don't know why it takes somebody else saying that shit to make you see it. Holy fuck.
Respectfully, I don't mean to be disrespectful. It's likely due to the fact that Brussels and Mac were trying to tell you, but because I'm a guy, you're more inclined to listen to guys. I hate to say that, but I think that's probably true.
Oh no, I was hearing it from Brussels too, but holy shit. I don't know why in the hell it takes you guys like pointing this stuff out. Oh shit. Brussels, I am sorry. I don't know if you guys have anything else you want to say, but I do want to say I am sorry.
I don't know if you can even hear me because they're my AirPods, but I do appreciate you actually coming up here and apologizing. I know sometimes this can feel hostile, but I appreciate it. I hope you reconsider the way you engage in lives in the future. That's all you can really do.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, and I got no issues with you at all. I think, what stands out to me is you did something wrong. You were able to identify it and you were able to say, I shouldn't have done it, which is the only thing that has not been done by Jones. And so props to you for doing that.
Yeah, I just, oh man, you guys said that, and then, oh my God, never mind. Okay, never mind. Because I come up here and hear all this from you guys, and I'm remembering another live where he was a guest, and yeah, somebody said that their niece had been essayed or whatever, and he said that he didn't believe him.
What?
And it was a Trump supporter, so and they were trying to say it was a migrant. So I don't know. I just, oh man, yeah, that just kind of connected the dots for me there. Shit.
Wow.
I'm gonna go and follow him now. All right. Holy shit.
One down, 249,999 to go. Italia, if you have that footage, can you send it to me on Discord, Irish and NYC? I'm on Discord, Irish and NYC. I'm just kind of curious.
Who, me?
No. Someone in the comments.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I want to hop down because I do have to get to bed because my little girl's going to wake up. Oh, and make it to where I don't have no sleep tonight. But I'm sorry, and I will do better in the future.
I mean, that's all that anyone can ask for. Like, again, I'm not taking an apology for Brussels. I am just pointing out a lot of people cannot even tackle the fact that they have done harm, admit it, and move on. And so I do very personally respect that. Although, again, I can't accept an apology for Brussels. I do very much respect that.
I don't like hurting people. That's not something I actually, I don't like hurting people.
Yep.
I mean, if they, I don't know, if they hurt me, then yeah, I can. I don't give a shit. But I don't like hurting people, and I don't know. I shouldn't have said that shit. I know I shouldn't have.
Okay. Well, no need beating a dead dog.
I think you get it.
Yeah.
I think you get it, and I think you understand what I was saying and what was going on, and I appreciate that. And I do accept your apology. I just all I'm saying is in the future, maybe just ask more questions because you never know, especially when it comes to women and men are talking about them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for apologizing and actually coming up here, though. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right. I'll see you guys later.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank you. Let me drop you on down. All right. Next. Who's number 249999 on the list, Mac? Did Mac fall asleep again? Useless.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
All right.
I just got out of the shower.
I think we can take her profile down. She, as long as Brussels agrees. I mean, she took full accountability.
Yeah, no, give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, I agree. I've got to be on mute for a little bit though now. But I do agree.
Wait.
And I genuinely appreciate her coming up and apologizing and engaging in the conversation.
Wait, did you say you were going to be? Did you say you were going to be on me?
No, mute. I'm going to be on mute.
Oh, all right. Hang on. Okay, let me cancel that. Okay, go on.
I just looked at your follow. Who is the what you know with Joe?
Nobody tell her what I was just about to do.
Confused. Who is this individual? Why is he geeking out about me?
That's Joe Schmo, bro.
No, that's Joe. He's not geeking out about you. There's someone asking Joe, why is he in here? I don't understand why. Guys, what is the issue with Joe? Yeah, no, there are people going after Joe in the comments. I'm not quite understanding. They were saying, why are you in here to Joe? And Joe was like, why wouldn't I be? What is it people are saying about Joe?
One individual for correcting them, then blaming Mac in the flag. I'm confused as to what fight's going on in the comments. I'm gonna let Emily up because they seem to be here in the conversation. I'm confused. Emily, what's happening?
Normally I don't even join these, but so he was going back and forth with somebody. They were going back and forth literally for 30 minutes.
Oh.
And I told both of them to calm down. And the other one calmed down, and he started going back and forth with me. And so I was just being kind of petty, and I was just going after his spelling and stuff like that, just trying to get him to take a seat. And then Country Woman came in and was stop harassing all these people. And then so he thought I said that he was harassing, which I didn't. And then Country Woman was like, why are you still here? And he was like,
give me 1 second. I have to plug in. I'm dying.
So I went to his following, and I looked at Mark, and it said that he's following Mark, and it didn't say friends with Mark. So then that's why I came back, and I don't know, he's just going off on people, and it's just not nice. That's it.
I just got a visibility restriction. I'm going to change the backdrop.
Yeah, I guess I'm just a little confused because Joe, for me, I consider someone a mutual, even if I don't necessarily follow them.
I might get away with that.
Because I'm really bad about following people back. If you're at all in my... Yeah, there's probably a lot of people...
What does the word mutual really mean, though?
I don't follow back, and I'm so sorry. I just am horrible about it, and it's never going to get better. But I was just confused as to what the beef was because I kept seeing people at him and other people.
I know, but Hoops, when you say you follow each other, I feel like the word mutual implies equal respect or something. Because I have followed really horrible, horrendous people on this app just to keep an eye.
What's happening, or is this just...
No, I was talking on my own live. The word mutual, I don't know what that really always means. What I mean by that is, and this is not a reflection on Joe at all, just to be super clear. It's more so, I just don't like the idea that when someone follows you, that means you're tight. Because I follow some of the most toxic, horrible people on this app, but it's so I can keep an eye on them. And so, like, the word mutual, to me, that doesn't ever really mean all that much. Personally, I feel like there needs to be better language being used to describe TikTok friendships, alliances, whatever that is.
I mean, I just think of mutual as someone that I interact with and that I'm on the same side of, and that we like generally care about the same things and we generally like interact. That's what I think of as a mutual.
Okay. All right. So it's not any sort of indication of whether or not there's a friendship. There's an indication. Thank you, Martin. There's an indication purely of sort of a moral alliance and knowledge of one another's existence.
Right, exactly. And like,
Okay.
I would say a step above that would be like a TikTok friend, like being friends with someone on the app. But yeah, like a mutual is just a mutual, someone that you align with.
Maybe we should do a live. Maybe we should do a live that breaks down the different levels, going from casual to follower to supporter to there's a level above supporter where you're actively involved. Never, ever, ever dare to say where I put people in that hierarchy because people get real fucking in their feels about stuff. But I'd be really curious how that would look. Because like,
before ethical soundboard personally.
Would you say, Brussels?
I said I'm your ethical sounding board.
No, you're more than just.
Board.
An ethical sounding board is a function of an individual, not a description of a relationship.
I'm at the grocery store and it's kind of scary.
Why?
That's late.
But I wanted bread.
Irish, I thought of making a pyramid of all of the
I'm here alone.
Your Wi-Fi's bad. I thought of making a list of all of the things that have happened to me on TikTok and sharing them on a live one day. I thought that would be interesting for myself. Maybe.
I mean, I think it would have been interesting had you been spending all this time screenshotting all the horrible comments made on your videos and in the comments. Like, that would be crazy. Like, it would be pages and pages and pages and pages. Like, it would be so much stuff.
I mean, I do have a lot. I don't have everything, but I definitely like Shubity and like other people who help us with that. They have like all of the like video proof of everything. So, but yeah.
I also need to figure out a different. The word that I also hate is the better word. I don't like the word follower. I hate the word follower. And I don't love the word audience. Yesterday, I was making a joke when we were talking to Ben about everyone in the comments being part of a class that we were educating. But I do wish there was a better way of identifying or referring to those people who are in your lives being supportive. I wish I had a better word for that. I think supporter is the best word. Huh?
Supporter.
See, the only reason why I don't like the word supporter is only because that now puts them on the line for anything I say. Do you know what I mean? Supporter implies sign off or vouching. And I think there's plenty of people who quote unquote support my lives who would also feel very free to criticize and distance themselves from certain things I say. So supporter to me sounds like it's unconditional or something.
You know what someone said in Kenzie's Discord today?
Brussels, your Wi-Fi is so bad. All I heard was Kenzie. What? All I heard was the word Kenzie.
I am glad that we could get accountability and like recognition for that person. Because like that's the goal of like calling out the people who were making those comments.
I'm glad on two fronts. Was not only taking accountability for Brussels, but I feel like she probably did learn something that will help her moving forward, to be honest.
Yeah, she learned. Yeah, and she seems sincere, so that's great.
Yeah, it seems to be something she was struggling with, which is sad, but good to know that she is, fighting the good fight, per se. By the way, Mac, streaming this on my live has been shockingly effective because I'm talking to you. There's no double echo because they're only hearing my voice. My voice is not also coming through the live. And so I'm actually able to have a conversation with you, even though I'm fully live right now. And the people who are hearing me talk right now are hearing it as if I'm talking on my other live.
Interesting.
Someone just asked in my comments, the other issue was a white female feminist had portrayed our friend Brussels as a white woman who falsely accuses black men in the 1950s of SA, when our friend Brussels is not white and did not falsely accuse anyone. And Mac and Brussels just had that lady on their live. And that woman took full accountability, recognized that she was wrong. And I think she realized that she has a predisposition, which is something I get concerned about myself with regard to people who are supporting my lives. There's no question, and I know who some of them are. There's no question that some of my supporters support me because of internalized misogyny. They would rather hear this shit from a man than a woman. And it's not good for them. And it's not helpful for me that any woman would support a man because they're a man talking on these topics.
Yeah.
I was just explaining to people who are just joining my live what happened.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I think we need to have more lives on grape culture, and like talking to like men and women about how like they're contributing, because like it's kind of shocking the amount of people on the like left who don't know what grape culture is or how they're contributing.
I think it's more shocking how someone who is on the left refuses to believe they have participated or do participate in it.
Yep. And Bobby.
Perfect example.
Fucking Bobby, bro. What are we gonna do about him? Are we just leaving him alone, or?
I did tell Brussels that after yesterday's live, I don't think I'll ever be able to do a call out live ever again in my lifetime.
Like that.
But putting that aside, we could talk offline.
Well, yeah, because I don't want him to think he won.
I mean, that's not why I would continue, but we can have ideas offline.
The bagels.
Like, because I still want, like, I don't think he's ever gonna take any sort of accountability, but like, I just need something more than like.
Oh, Jen is right. I did promise her Landio.
You did.
Yeah, I think I may end the live and go get verbally abused by Jen. Oh, now Brussels is able to speak. What, Brussels?
Oh, if we're gonna play Lane, just gonna say, don't leave me alone to walk through the parking lot by myself.
We'll wait until you get in your car, and then I'll go get verbally abused by Jen on Landio. No, not Jen Dub. The toxic Jen. The Jen who
Jen doesn't really join lives.
She used to host lives.
No, I know. She doesn't really join them anymore.
Yeah, she doesn't. I mean, I don't really blame her all that much.
Out of solidarity.
Jen, you're not like the mean one, as if that's a distinction for you being the mean Jen. You are the meanest person I know, Jen. Like by a wide meaner than Mac. Like that's saying something.
Jen is not mean. You just have to be her friend.
Okay, hang on. Mac, you know the way you join lives and you just waffle on about something that happened at work and we're always like, oh yeah, that's interesting. Jen, do you ever notice that all of her work stories and personal stories all like center on her wanting to like destroy someone who's been the most repugnant person in the world to them?
Yep.
Yeah, I think I it's not Jen's not just mean to me. She has stuff in the basement. All right, Brussels, are you safe yet? No, that's not good. She just paused.
I think it's hopefully just her Wi-Fi.
We may have to limit Landio to certain people due to the fact that it just always messes up whenever we have too many people in there. Oh, Jen just joined.
It's so fucking glitchy.
Hey, Jen.
Hey, bitch.
Geek. That's harsh.
Jen.
Hey, Pookie. How are you,
She
gorgeous?
said, hey, Pookie, how are you?
Hey, girly.
Jen just told me I have to end my live and that Brussels is a strong woman and can handle it herself. So we're going to go play Landio.
If you
Crazy.
limit my Landio time, I will string your fucking nuts up.
Yeah, Jen's now making physical threats against me. So you keep Brussels safe. We got to drop. But it's been fun, girly pop.
Girl, what?
Hold on, nothing. Hold on to these nuts.